That is loud. What is going on, guys? Look at this thing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Now, if you guys watched last video, we finally sorted out the aux pump. Everything is working properly, and we actually even tested out just barely the new Prey Performance bell mouth that you guys see here. Yeah, this thing sucks in quite a bit of air. Now, before we get into today's video, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to each and every one of you guys that are part of the Speed Squadron. And thank you guys for supporting the channel. And if you'd like to become a Speed Squadron member and join me through my path with all these cars, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and like this video. Consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all these videos. Now, we're doing all we can to try to help out this car, guys. We added a low side fuel pump, which now has our low side rock solid pumping 80 psi of fuel to the high side pump. Granted, the high side pump is now our limiting factor, but it still allows us to run E50, E55 with the regular filter. Now with this filter, it actually required a little bit more fuel, so we're gonna have to dial that back down to about E50 or so if we want to run the bell mouth, but that does give us some extra air. Now, another thing that's going to help give us some extra air, guys, is this right here, guys. And this is the Velocitec Big Mouth, and it actually sits right there behind the front bumper. And what it does is, as you can see, basically is going to direct the air through this opening and out the side behind the headlight and directly into our chamber here where our intake sits, whether it be our filter or the bell mouth. This piece basically, instead of grabbing all the turbulent air behind the bumper here, grabs the air right from the front of the bumper. So we're gonna go ahead and install that, so that should give us a little bit more efficient airflow path to our intake. The big mouth worked really great when I had it in the Camaro SS, and I'm sure it's gonna work great with the ZL1 here, guys. So we'll go ahead and jack the car up so we can get some space underneath, and then remove the bumper, install this piece, and show you what it looks like with it already installed. So to remove the front bumper, guys, really not that difficult. I jacked it up just from one side, really just to get some clearance here for my right angle little impact driver. Okay, so a bunch of bolts and 15 hex star screws, and I think we're ready to pop this off, guys. So again, up top, you remove the push lock fitting on the two ends. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These middle ones aren't attached, so you don't need to use those. On the bottom, you have a bunch of 7mm bolts starting from behind this piece, and then 2 of these stars, one on each corner, but the rest are all 7mm bolts, and you can kind of see where they've been removed. You don't need to remove these little star hex ones. Those are just for this trim piece there, so don't need those. And then on the side here, guys, when it comes to the side, you do need to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 of these hex screws, and then inside of here you've got 1 here, and then 3 all along this upper area. 1 at the very top there, 2, and then 3 that you're going to need to remove. So it's a total of 4 on each side. They're not hard to get to. You can use what I use, so you don't even have to remove the tires. I used a 1/4 inch ratchet. I have a long 7mm for the very top ones, and then I've got this little right angle impact wrench that works. I also used, I've got this 1/4 inch T15 that fits just in between the tire here, so I can get it started and loose with the ratchet. and then whenever it's all loose I can just do it by hand, so no need to remove the tires. So now everything should be good to go, and we can start popping it out. We'll work from one corner and pop it from the other and be able to remove the whole bumper. And just like that, this is off, guys. Now there is a wire harness right here, right under the headlight. Once it's popped off, you can kind of put your hand in there and disconnect it. It's this right here for the fog lights and stuff. So now that we have this, we can, one, go ahead and just kind of clean it up a little bit, but two, install our little ram air Velocitech piece that goes here. As you can see, there is the opening into the cavity back here, and this piece is going to be slotted right in there to make sure that all the air goes in there. So it comes with this hardware in the back, some nuts, and this plate. So we got to remove these. It has the studs already kind of built into the piece, so these just kind of go in here, and it wraps around this piece there. So just kind of goes in like so, and bam, now it got the direction right into the piece back there. Get all the air from the front into the back, and so now you can just get through the back there, put the plate in the nuts, tighten it down, and it should fit like a glove. And just like that, super simple, guys. I have this 10mm ratcheting wrench, which is perfect, and then a 3/16 Craftsman Allen wrench. As you see here, you've got the Allen head on this side, so you put the Allen wrench here to hold it, and then use the ratcheting wrench on the back side to tighten it up. And you see where it kind of gets tight, and you got to make sure that it's nice and flush, sturdy, sits right over this little lip here, and bam, just all the air gets directed right to the back side, which is where you can see on this side coming right through. So now, instead of trying to capture all the turbulent air that's back here and suck it in that way, this is going to force that air into that area from the very front of the car. And that's as simple as it gets, guys. Super simple. Now the only thing left to do is go ahead and put the bumper back on, and we're good to go. And just like that, everything is back, of course, lined up properly. And yeah, now you can see here, guys, we've got the Velocitech that fits right there, right behind. That's going to be grabbing the air right from the front of the bumper instead of basically from behind there on that side. So that'll be ram air right into this filter here. So anyways, this should help give us some more speed, especially at the top end, guys. This really is much better the faster you go, guys, because think about it, 100 miles an hour in one direction, the wind coming at you at 100 miles an hour, it is just getting shoved in here, getting all that fresh cool air. So that is super exciting. Now it's time to go see what this is going to do. So if you haven't, guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you can see the next video, because we are going to be trying to go back to the track and do a bunch of testing for you guys with the bell mouth and the regular filter, and show you guys some of the gains. Of course, the weather has gotten a little warmer, so we're not gonna have the same, you know, negative 1500 DA that we did before, but at least this thing will be running a little better. It's gonna have some more E now that we've got the aux pump installed for the low side, plus a little bit more air to hopefully increase our boost back up into the 11 to 12 pounds range. And then hopefully in the future we'll take this back to the dyno and just see what it'll do now that we've got a little bit more E in it. But guys, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A quick little tutorial how you can remove this bumper. Don't need to do all kinds of things like have a lift, remove the wheels or anything. You can do it without doing any of that. Just got to lift it up from one side to give yourself some clearance and get rid of a bunch of bolts and nuts. So really not too bad, very easy to do, just takes about an hour or so. But with that being said, guys, I'm super excited, can't wait for the next video because we're gonna be going back to the track. Now with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.